Number 4. The 2025 live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie. It's ironic since Disney has made live-action remakes of their own movies and classics. DreamWorks decided to do the same thing with one of its best movies, How to Train Your Dragon, and this may be controversial, but I love this movie even though this movie has unfairly received a lot of hate online. That's horrible, and that's because DreamWorks is basically doing the exact same thing that Disney is doing with their own movies, but unlike Disney, DreamWorks is recently making great and the best movies ever, and this movie is one of them, even though it's a live-action adaptation of the iconic animated movie about dragons. The live-action How to Train Your Dragon is trying to be faithful to the original while adding changes that fits the movie well. The CGI on the dragons are so cool, the acting from everyone in this movie is awesome, and heck, Gerald Butler, they even got the original voice actor, who voiced Stoik the Vast in all 3 How to Train Your Dragon movies, back to play Stoik in this movie, and he does a great job as Stoik in this movie, and much like in the movies and TV shows. Hiccup and Astrid in this movie is the best part of this, as Astrid goes from hating Hiccup guts to falling in love with him after she found out about Toothless and went on the romantic flight with Hiccup on Toothless, and this movie is overall one of my favorite movies from this year. Number 3. The Bad Guys 2. Well, if I ever have a nickel for every single time a recent DreamWorks movie is released in theaters, I would end up loving it with a burning passion, while the movie itself gets unfairly hated on and had negative things being said to it and reviews by everyone online. Well, that's basically The Bad Guys 2 without context. The animation in this movie always has that Spider-Verse spice added onto it like the first movie does as usual. The voice acting was awesome. The characters are awesome to enjoy, all but Professor Marmalade, who's the only character that I hate in this movie and in the first movie, because I knew that he was a villain of the first movie. Back in this movie, and is he even more evil than ever, but with the addition of him being revealed to be an alien. So, essentially he was using Kitty Caught and the bad girls like his pawn so he can escape prison by exposing Diane's past to being the Crimson Paw to the entire world, and he can go back to space and probably bring an army of aliens to Earth to get his ultimate revenge on the bad guys and Diane Foxington for ruining his plans in the first movie, and he probably did that in a third movie. Who knows? At this point I don't know what's going on anymore. Besides Marmalade being back, I love the villains of this movie. Kitty is basically a female version of Mr. Wolf, but if he's insane and stays being a villain and treats his friends like trash, is violent towards anyone who stands in his way and like they're disposable to him, that's basically Kitty Caught without any context, and that makes her one of my favorite villains that we got this year. And more importantly, Mr. Wolf x Diane Foxington is now officially canon. You heard me. They're now a canon couple because they kissed at the end of the movie, and that alone makes me love Mr. Wolf and Diane's relationship even more now. And with everything being said about this movie by me, this movie is officially one of the best movies I've ever seen this year, and finally, the moment you all been waiting for. Number 2 and 1 is, shockingly, a tie. That's right, you guys, you heard me. It's officially a tie and an unexpected draw between both K-pop Demon Hunters and Wicked for Good. The reason why I absolutely love both movies so much, up to the point of me crying my poor eyes out, is because the songs in both movies, especially K-pop Demon Hunters, are bangers. The acting are awesome and emotional. The characters are all complex and awesome and had their own moments. Both movies had the funniest moments that made me laugh my head off. The catfight between Elphaba and Glinda in Wicked for Good over Fiyero made me feel bad and have sympathy for some characters. Rumi and Jinu in K-pop Demon Hunters, Elphaba the Wicked Witch of the West, Fiyero the Scarecrow, and the animals. Also briefly Glinda, since she literally got her heart broken by Fiyero on their wedding day because she knows that Fiyero doesn't even love her and is actually in love with Elphaba, but that knows to excuse what she did after Fiyero chose to leave her with Elphaba and join her, and made hate a lot of them. In Wicked for Good's case, there's Glinda, at first, Nessarose, Bok the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, the Wizard of Oz, and the manipulative old lady and two-faced old weather hag herself, Madame Horrible. Made me love the main romantic pairings, Rujinu and Fiyero, and I already have uploaded a video on these two comparing and contrasting the differences between the two forbidden romantic pairings, so I suggest you should go ahead and watch after you refinished with this one. And their love songs, Free and As Long As You Remind, are my favorite parts of both movies, and both couples were floating, with Elphaba and Fiyero actually kissing at the end of the song, unlike Rujinu, during their respective love duets, making them my favorite parts of their duets, since these two are the most recent movie forbidden romantic pairings that we got this year. Both K-pop Demon Hunters and Wicked for Good made feel a lot of things, especially Wicked for Good, and that's especially why to me. They are the best movies that I've ever watched in my entire life in this year, and to me they are literally emotional banes of my existence after watching both movies this year. So, yeah, that's my ranking for the top 5 favorite best movies of 2025.